Okay, Kristen,
What's up?
hear me out.
You know what? We haven't said hear me out in a while.
No,
And that's the
I
name
was
of our
thinking
title.
about that before the podcast started. I was like, I have to say it now.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
So if you try to fail, but you end up succeeding, what did you do?
If I fail by try,
No, if you're trying to fail,
if I'm trying to fail and I end up succeeding,
yeah.
what did I do?
Did you fail or did you succeed at your task?
If I'm trying to fail and I succeed, then technically I succeeded.
Technically, you failed.
But if my goal was to fail to begin with, then technically I succeeded.
How can you have a goal to fail? Because then when if you succeed and you're like failing your goal to fail.
Yeah, if you succeed, you failed your goal because your goal was to fail to begin with.
Yeah, but if you fail, then you succeed.
Yes, if that's your goal. I don't know whoever plans to fail at anything, but like, do you have an example of something you would want to fail at? Like, if I failed a pregnancy test, I'll be happy about that.
First of all, why are you taking pregnancy tests?
I'm just saying, you know how when a girl gets pregnant, you say, we're pregnant. So if she's not pregnant, we're not pregnant. So,
okay, so yeah, like that example then.
Yeah, so if you failed the pregnancy test, you succeeded at failing.
So you failed.
No, you succeeded. I think, I think I'm right.
No, I feel you. So I'm trying to think of any other examples that this might.
I don't know. I think about Maury all the time. That's paternity test. You're not like, the father. Yes, and these guys be doing backflips and
or when they are their father, start running down the hall.
Hey, let's talk about them. Those camera people though.
All right,
they be hauling ass and keeping the camera straight too while doing it. That shit is crazy. That's talent.
The props out to them. So,
ooh,
the camera people.
Okay. Yes. Thanks for giving us HD quality.
But I mean that's the question I had. So ain't much to it.
Yeah, I definitely think when you succeed, like if you're planning to fail and succeed, like then technically you succeed at what you're planning to do. At the end of the day,
I feel like I guess so. I mean, because technically, yes, you did succeed in failing.
If you plan to fail and you succeeded, then you failed your plan to succeed.
Okay, if you failed, okay, you're trying to fail and you succeed.
The real question is, if I'm a thing, I forgot what the thing is.
I don't know where you're going with that. But anyways, that's all I have.
I'm a fish and you're a fish.
We're all fishes. Anyways, that's all I have. I guess we'll put a poll out.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Let us know if you think if you succeed at failing, do you really fail, or do you really succeed, or do you fail because you're still failing at the end of the day?
Don't be a failure
unless you're trying to succeed at failing. Then fail to succeed. But anyways, are you ready to get the podcast started?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, bet. Getting the podcast started in 3, 2, 1. What up, everybody? This is your boy Chris.
This is Vic.
And welcome to Now Hear Me Out. This is episode number 49. We're almost at 50. And welcome to the podcast. If you're watching right now, make sure you click on that subscribe button right there. And make sure you click on that bell notification so you can get any notifications for whenever we post online. So, Vic, you have any updates for the week?
Yes, it was a very important week for me.
Yeah, some would say.
So, anyways, before I get to that, Friday I got my hair cut.
Show them the haircut.
Faded up.
It's alright.
I actually get my haircuts for free now because
Okay.
Leslie's brother is trying to get into a haircut. And
Is he like at a barber college or anything like that?
Nope.
Oh.
YouTube videos, TikToks.
Okay. How do you feel happy about what he's done?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really been big on like my hair. Like
You're a liar.
I don't care who cuts my hair. That's what I'm saying. I got a great clips and shit.
I get that, but you care about your hair.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not like
If he gave you, if you put a patch in your head, you would not be happy about that.
Well,
If
yeah,
you cut your bangs off. You
but yeah, I mean, it's definitely gotten better. This is like my 4th haircut from him, and obviously he's like gained experience, so
okay,
I ain't tripping.
Yeah,
it does take it does take a while though, but I'd rather it take a while than it to be like extra fucked up.
Like how long does it usually take him, like average wise?
Shit, I'll say this one took like an hour and a half.
Okay, I've been at I've been at some barbers before that I was trying to like learn like a long time ago when I was like younger, where they took a long time too, and that was just because they were new and they were trying to make sure more. I think when you're newer, you're more trying to make sure it's perfect because you're more like worried about it, and you're trying to perfect that craft. As for the newer, like older, more experienced people, they kind of just know what they're doing.
Yeah, because this has been sometimes when I get a haircut, they just be flying through that shit. I was like, oh, all right.
Hey, it looks good. You're done. I only sat down for 5 minutes.
And then after that, me and Leslie went up to the batting cages. My parents actually met us there just because they wanted to see Ava, but you know,
TFTI. I didn't get no invite to the batting cages.
Sorry, well, bro, we were only there for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So we could have had time with Ava too.
Are you right? And then on Saturday, hit up some garage sales like you usually do. And then I went to Costco because if you didn't know, my birthday was on Sunday, so I had to buy a lot of.
Hey, happy birthday, Vic! I didn't know your birthday was on Sunday.
No comment.
He fake. Nah, happy birthday to you, bro.
Appreciate
the big 27, right?
I know. I feel old now.
Oh man,
just one more year closer to retirement.
Technically, yes, you are.
No, but after that, just like I said, went to Costco, just bought a lot of stuff for the party, and then after that, I went to the Adidas store because Leslie like let me pick out whatever I wanted, basically.
Okay.
So I got some new shoes.
Those shoes are nice too.
Yeah.
I wish you had them on. Do you have them?
No, I don't have them on.
I should have.
I should have.
They're nice white Adidas.
But yeah, then Sunday was my birthday. Shout out to everyone who came out.
Yeah, big shout out everybody.
We had like a little barbecue going on at the park. Had the little pavilion. We didn't rent it out or anything. Just luckily no one was there.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all rented it out.
Nah. Yeah, I played volleyball, ate some burgers, got some gifts, got a lot of Adidas gear.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kristen.
Yeah, I gave him some Adidas gear too.
But yeah, besides that, it was a good birthday. Oh, we had a softball game. Like after the party,
mm-hmm.
a lot of people came out to support because we went like straight from the birthday to the softball game, and we were like, I was hella tired.
I was tired too. We had just got done playing a volleyball game. I don't know whose bright idea that was. Mine.
Well, yeah, I was like, part of me was like, kind of wanted to even play the softball game. I was like, take me out, but I was like, it's my birthday, I gotta play. Well, yeah, that's about it. What about you? How was your week?
My weekend was actually pretty busy. So Thursday, me and Kayla, we usually do our date nights. We just had a chill night in. Every now and then it's good just to chill and not spend money.
Yeah.
And, all that good stuff. Friday, so we've been getting a lot of people knocking at our door. First thing, before I even say anything, if you ever get a house or something, make sure you get a no soliciting sign because people are gonna knock at your door for everything, and it's the most annoying thing ever. So we had some people knocking on our door for solar panels.
Oof.
So we had to sit down with one of the guys on Friday. Sat down with him. Everything sounded good. We started kind of going through the process, and we're content. It was cool. The pricing was okay, and we're like, okay, cool. And then Kayla had set up another one for the next day, and she was like, well, can we at least hear him out? I was like, okay, cool, let's hear him out. So the first guys told us, hey, all we ask is that you don't show people what we're offering. Okay, cool. So we see the second person. And Kayla does the complete opposite. She takes pictures of all their stuff and then she sends it to the first guy. And I was like, how you gonna do that? So Kayla's out here starting whole turf wars because people are like, well, I sold to you first. This person like this, that, and the other. And people are feeling certain types of ways. And we're just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're not getting anybody. So we end up canceling what we had already started with the first guys. And we just like, look, we're going to talk it out and stuff like that.
Wait, was the second guy had a better deal? Or
Yeah,
no?
he actually did have a better deal. But when he had the better deal, so his panels actually they were cheaper, but they offered more. So it was more for less. It was kind of like freaking Ross.
Oh.
And it was like, well, why wouldn't I I take
Right?
that? And then the first guys was like, well, the panels they're using are from such and such, and they have bad reviews. And then we found out the first guys had some other company that they didn't tell us about that they're actually using. That they were like, oh, these are our competitors, but actually they work with them. So I'm like, So it was just a lot of discrepancies going on, and we're just like, you know what? Let's take a step back and we'll actually, figure that out for ourselves. So on Friday, we sat down with the first guy, and during sitting down with him, pest control came, and they were like, "Hey, we're doing pest control around the neighborhood. Would you like to sign up?" And it sucked me into it, and I was like, "Shit, I don't want to do it." So I was like, "I'll let you do it." So I'm doing pest control for once every other month or something like that.
Hey, I don't blame you though.
Yeah, and I did it more like I know Kayla hates bugs, and I'm not too fond of them myself, so it was nice to have somebody else just take care of that. So they came, and then on Saturday we had the whole turf war for the solar panel people, and it was just too much, and we were just like, look, we're done. Like, we don't want to sign with anybody right now. We're about to leave. So we left. We went to Arlington Highlands and went out for some cheesesteaks. I wish I remember the name of that cheesesteak place because that place is delicious. And then we went to the Highlands to find Vic's gift. We got him a bucket, like a little bucket, custom bucket hat. Yeah, it had like his TikTok username on the back of it. It was Adidas because Vic loves his Adidas.
I'll wear it next week so y'all can see.
And then after that, we went to go watch Sonic 2. Bro, we had such a busy week.
Have you seen Sonic 1?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know why I thought you didn't. But
yes, I watched Sonic 1. But we were so like worn out from the whole Saturday. Bro, we got to Sonic and I watched like half that movie and I was like damn near asleep the other half. And I was just so exhausted. Same with Kayla. She was tired too. She was like she was in and out also. She knows how to do certain things to make me think she's awake, but she's not really awake. And I'm trying to catch on to that stuff slowly.
I actually heard Sonic 2 had some good reviews.
It's a really good movie. It's just I was tired.
Yeah, I've been there. It's like when you're just like something you want to watch, but you're so tired.
Bro, you remember when Casey took us out to that one movie? It was about the newspapers or something. Yeah. I slept through that whole movie. I don't know what that movie was about. I just know it had a Mark. It was a Rubio. Is that his name?
Yeah, the Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk. The Hulk. The Hulk. Yes, the Hulk. It had him in it, and then I don't remember anything about that movie. I just knew it was about a news company.
Yeah, a church scandal and something like that. The big something.
Yeah. And then after Saturday, Sunday, I had put an entertainment center together for the house, and then
was that entertaining?
No. We literally did this right before Vic's thing. And the funny thing is that me and Kayla didn't think you were going to be on time to your own party. So we're like, we got time. So
I didn't think I was going to be on time.
Because at first I was like, well, shit, I got the net. I got to bring it and set up. And she was like, babe, Vic's never on time for anything. I was like, you know what? You're right. Let's get there like 30 minutes after. And then at like 11 o'clock, Vic's like, all right, we're at the big pavilion. I was like, oh, shit. The one time that I actually decided to come late, Vic's actually on time.
It's funny because like going through my head, I was like, I have to be on time because I know Kristen's going to show up on time. And then like I was low-key kind of glad I showed up early and he wasn't there.
I'm dead. That's so funny. Because like at that moment, we're thinking alike in a different way. It's weird.
It's fun. We did try to get there like at 10, and we didn't get there till like 10:50. So
yeah, it was 10, right? Not 11. I was thinking I was at there at 10:30.
No.
Yeah. Oh, Well, but after that, like it was Vicky's birthday. You know,
So
we
we're
decided
speaking about like trying to get there early. Can we talk about our other friend?
which one? Oh,
Gabrielle.
oh, Gabrielle, we love you. One of our friends got the dates mixed up. Somehow.
Yes. So she like texted the group chat. I'm sorry I'm late, but I just got here. Are you guys still here?
It was like the day before. She was there on Saturday. I was like, I had to call her, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but you're it's the wrong day.
I know. I felt bad too. I was like, maybe I could have like made it clear there was Sunday, but I don't know. I mean, I had the date on there. I didn't say like
Yeah.
Sunday, April 10th, but I had April 10th.
I think a lot of people just assume Saturday because it's Saturday. Like
Yeah.
nobody really assumes to have a party on a Sunday like that. But hey, that was like her actual birthday, so you know it is what it is. She was fine with it. You know, she made the drive. Appreciate you. Still
Yeah.
love you.
And I appreciate the gift. She did give me a gift. So
Yes. So, but other than that, yeah, we had Vic's birthday. That was fun. We played some cornhole, some volleyball, a lot of volleyball, and some softball, and then at softball after.
yeah, and the softball game actually didn't go too bad. I mean, it could have gone better.
Yeah, it was 14-4. We're consistent with the fours right now. So
Hey, that's good.
if we could like double that, man, we'll be gravy, bro.
I know, and we left the bases loaded like twice.
Yeah.
So we have the potential. We just need to execute on the opportunities.
Yeah. So it was still fun. We had a good time. And then after that, bro, let me first of all, I was tired. I was exhausted after that. And then we came home and we had internet. Our internet was down.
Bruh.
So we came home, internet's down. And I'm like, man, now I'm trying to deal with the internet, taking like hours trying to figure this out. And I had to set up an appointment just for them to come out the next day to get it fixed. One thing I hate is paying for stuff and it's not working.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
they came out and guess what it was?
Don't tell me it wasn't plugged in.
No, not that. I made sure everything was plugged in.
No, what was it?
Bro, the internet went out because the wire outside was crimped. So basically a bent wire turned off our internet. Supposedly, like when we came home, our wireless box is on the side of the house. I don't know if the wind opened it or what happened. But yeah, it was open when we came home, so we didn't know somebody was tampering with it or anything like that. And we ended up being a bent wire. Kayla closed it. She doesn't know she did it or if it was already done before then, but whatever it was, turned off our internet.
Damn. So like
I was like, yeah, some weak ass wires, man. So, and then when we talked to the AT&T guy came out here and he was like, hey, so yeah, it's a crimped wire, and he was like, we were like, well, there's a bolt on there, and it looked like it was open, and I was like, I don't know if the wind is that strong to open it up. He said what he thinks happened is one of his techs was setting up internet for somebody else's house, and they needed a bolt and they didn't have one, so they took it off for hours. I was like, what kind of shit is that? I was like, yeah, we getting a lock. Like, don't worry about it. We're gonna put a lock on it because that's ridiculous. Like, y'all really going around just taking off.
Yeah, like I don't even know why. Like, even if that was the case, why would he tell you that?
Yeah, and I don't know why that's a good point. I don't know why he would tell us that. And I guess because we already had a suspicion. We had told him we thought somebody was tampering with our stuff, and so he was like, well, I think one of my techs probably took the load. And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. So we go without so when somebody else can have it. That doesn't. What are we? A charity? The fuck? Like, next thing you know, you're gonna start stealing trees and shit because people need a tree in their house. Like, but yes, that was our fulfilled weekend.
They didn't charge you or anything, did they?
No. And for any service issues, they have to actually come out, and that's on them. They have to. That's free.
Well, I'm glad you got that taken care of because I feel you with like the Wi-Fi thing, especially like working from home. I had that Wi-Fi. So.
Yes, bro. Our whole house is like damn near Wi-Fi. Like even when Wi-Fi went down, we didn't have access to. We don't got no we don't got no peephole on our door. So, when the Wi-Fi went down, we're not able to use our little system to see who's at the door. So now we have to actually answer the door and be like, creep open. Our neighbor, a little bit more. So our neighbor rang the doorbell while I was having internet issues. She's like, hey, she's having issues with the house, and she said that their AC isn't working. And I was like,
That sounds like a you problem.
but like I felt bad, bro, because she just had a newborn baby. She had a newborn baby. She had a 2-year-old, and their AC's not working. So I was like, well, let me see if I can help. I go over there and I'm like, man, it's hot as hell in here. They're trying to have their house on like, low 70s, and it was like 83 degrees in the house.
Oof.
So I'm messing with the thermostat. You can hear it trying to turn on, but it's not working. I try to reset their breaker box, nothing. And they try getting a hold of the emergency number we have. Emergency people was like, oh, it's outside of work hours. It's like, yeah, we know it's an emergency number.
line. Yeah.
So they're like, well, we can't send nobody out until the next day. So I'm like, fuck, like, dang, so y'all gotta really sit here in this heat. And so all I could do is like really offer a fan. I was like, hey, like, we got a fan if you want to use that. She was like, if you don't mind, that'd be great. And I was like, I would have offered our guest room, but like, I don't know them that well. Yeah. I was like, as much as like they seem like great people, I just don't know them well enough to be like, hey, here's a room. But they got their stuff fixed, and I'm happy for them. I just feel bad for them having not even a 2-week-old baby at home. I would raise hell.
I would. Yeah, I would.
You need to call your mama. You need to call your sister. Whoever need to come up here and fix this.
Well, look at you being a good neighbor and whatnot.
I try. We're trying to be those.
I would have been like,
neighbors.
Nah, I can't help you.
He's like, I don't know nothing about AC. All I could do is like mess around with it and just see, but there was nothing I can do.
Well, at least try. So A for effort. What was all you have for your update?
Yeah, I had a lot of updates. I'm sorry.
You did.
I spoke a lot. We're already 20 minutes in.
Dang, Jesus. I guess we better get to these stories, huh?
Sure.
So, I guess.
If we must.
So yeah, I'll take us to our first story. So police say $1 million in movie money was stolen from a car in Oregon. So police are advising local businesses to closely examine any cash they accept after $1 million worth of fake movie money was reportedly stolen out of a car in the coastal city of Newport on Thursday, March 31st. So a car was broken into. They took some other items, and I guess this guy just had a whole bunch of like a bag full of movie money, like fake money. I mean, they say it looks pretty similar. The movie money does have 4 motion picture use only on it.
Yeah, so that sucks.
But I mean, do you think this the guy who stole this money thought it was real money?
Oh, most definitely.
Like, what do you like?
I want to know if he went to go try to spend it.
I bet you he probably did. He probably like, yeah, I think so too.
I'm pretty sure they don't really examine bills like that. They probably just took it and was like, "Oh, look, I'm rich."
I mean, hey, I mean, it probably like because I know in the article talks about how some businesses have been affected by it, or like in the past, where they accept this kind of money. But I just think it's funny. Like, you think you found like the jackpot, I guess, and then turns out that money's not real.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine, bro. Like, and the thing about being that cashier, you're like, dang, I really took a bill that says movie prop, but like, that's crazy,
right? I wonder what the robber was thinking, like, cause not just the ordinary person is carrying just like $1 million.
Yeah, not the ordinary person, but like, it depends. There are some celebrities out there that really walk around with duffel bags of money.
True.
So like, even somebody like Money Mayweather, he really walks around with like $100,000 on him at all times. And I don't know why. Like, it doesn't make sense. But he has like bodyguards and stuff like that who actually carry the money around. So I could see him thinking that this person's flaunting this money. I'm gonna take it. I seen somebody like once doing a video and he had like fake money in his hand, and somebody came by and just snatched it. And it was just like, well, it's fake, so that sucks for you,
right? But yeah, that's crazy. Like, it does look the same. Just like I said, it does say movie prop use only. But I definitely could see businesses accidentally taking it.
They
So.
should have burned it to see if I forgot what real money is supposed to burn like a different color than fake money. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I don't have money like that to just test it out.
But don't they also have like the little marker thingy where they like be marking it and shit with the little pink thing? Like they take your 20s and like,
Oh yeah, I think so.
or some of them like hold it up to the
Hold
light.
up to the ceiling, hold up to the light. They should have been able to tell.
Yeah.
Unless the movie company is
A lot
not
of
good at
times it's
printing
like
money.
a lot of companies do that on 20s now. Like you give them a 20 and they like make sure it's real. Like, bro.
Hey, no fake 20s over here.
But anyways, I mean, that's really all I had for that story. You got anything else to add?
Not really. I guess just don't be out here stealing fake money, you guys. That's my best advice. If you're gonna steal, make sure you steal real stuff. If you're gonna, first of all, you're gonna steal, might as well steal from a bank. You're gonna get the same charges.
Yeah, you got a point. But might get shot though.
Yeah, there are some things that comes with it. But bigger risk, bigger reward.
Hard pass.
Oh man. But moving on to our next story. Our next story is actually a pretty older story of ours. Kayla actually is the person who gave us this story, and this is about a tiny Italian town that has nearly has 10 residents over the age of 100 years old. 10 people over 100. That's 1,000 years right there.
That's good math.
Quick math. So an upcoming birthday in a small Italian town of about 1,765 people is expected to earn the municipal.
Come again. But this is what.
Oh man, this is.
I was like, I'm gonna make sure Kristen reads the story.
The municipality. I got it that time. Municipality, and a unusual distinction as the home of 10 people over the age of 100 years old. This guy celebrated his 100th birthday Saturday in the town of Perdas. Fugu. I don't know why
a town in Italy.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm not gonna really go through this because there's a lot of hard names and stuff.
Yeah, I'm into Italian. Like, we're not Italian, so
I'm just gonna say this.
sorry for butchering.
Yes, I'm so sorry for butchering all that. Do not hate me. But Sardinia has been identified as one of the 5 places in the world that has the highest concentration of centenarians, with 33.6 people over the age of 100 for every 100,000 residents. So, Vic, what do you think they're doing, like, to hit these ages? They have some secrets.
They got some secrets.
I mean, not telling nobody else.
I mean, obviously with that, I'm sure they're eating healthy. The usual stuff, active lifestyle, probably drinking a lot of water. But
not us.
hey, Kristen only wants to make it to 65 anyways.
Hey, 65, cut it off.
So because 65 is like the retirement age. Are you planning? I guess you're trying to retire before 65, right?
Bro, by the time we're 65, retirement age is gonna be like 85.
You're right. But I also think we're gonna with technology. Well, I feel like we discussed this, but like,
yeah, being a robot,
we're gonna live longer because of.
Vic believes we're gonna have robot hearts. They're gonna be like, here, you made it to 500 now.
But yeah, I mean,
possible, I guess.
Well, I'm talking about this this town with over 10 people over 100. That's crazy. Could you imagine being the person who doesn't make it to 100?
And then you make it to 99. And that's it. Send me
so
back.
Close.
1 more year. Send me back. That's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like, could you imagine if like all those people, like, they've probably been there their whole life, so like they've known each other for that long.
Yeah,
like 100+ years.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy. Like, to think about where we were 100 years ago.
And the oldest town resident was 108 before dying in 2015. That's crazy. So it says scientists who have studied the town said clean air, active lifestyles, and healthy diets all likely contributed in the high concentration of the presence of tensetarians.
Could you imagine like trying to be like whenever you're the because someone's always got to be the oldest there,
Yeah.
and then like someone dies and it's like, oh, I'm the oldest now. But then you're like, oh,
You take over the title.
I'm only the oldest now because you died. That's crazy.
Like, why don't you die already, old man?
But it's crazy that like they don't. I don't know. I just feel like we're gonna see like 125 is gonna be like the average or something
125.
with from like 80 years from now.
I guess maybe. I don't know. My bones already hurting now. I can't imagine how I'm gonna be at 65.
Bro, I feel you on that bones thing.
No, and then at 100, oh. But hey, if I make it to 100, cool. If I don't, cool. I'm kind of just content. I want to be around to see my family grow up, though. I got 30 years to figure it out.
What about your grandkids and your great grandkids? You don't
Yeah,
want
my
to see them?
grandkids. I'll be able to see my grandkids if I have kids at 30. By the time I hit 50, no, not 50. What is it?
55.
49. I would have a 19-year-old who will probably fuck up somewhere and probably have a kid. Hopefully not.
I'm dead.
And then grandkid, bam.
Okay, well, what are they like? They're holding off on a baby. They don't have a baby till like they're 30.
Sound like me, like a time 30. Then 60. How's your first child?
You don't want to see no great grandchild?
Do I need to?
I guess you're right.
I get to see my grandkids. Like that's kind of the biggest thing right there. You want to see your kids, not. I'm not saying I didn't even see my kids. I think I'm late. I'm late right now if I want to see my kids.
Oh yeah.
Like
unless they have a whole bunch of early children down the line, like
don't put that on me. Like 15-year-old kids.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put that
don't
on
do
you.
that. don't do that. But yeah, I can imagine that. But if I made it to 100, then I guess I would be able to see everybody.
You're like, just take me.
And then like with the society now, it's kind of like less people are having kids nowadays.
Oh yeah,
than it used to be. So you got to put that into factor also. And then if they have male birth control,
oof,
bruh, like the amount of babies is about to minimize even more.
Gotta do something to control this population. Overpopulation, bro. Anyways, moving on to
we're trying to go through what is that called? Where you kill off certain races and stuff?
What
starts with a G.
Genocide?
Genocide. We're trying to go through genocide. You're not worthy.
This is never mind.
Continue.
Go out to the old people.
Oh no.
Anyways, on to our next story. Speaking of murdering people, the author of How to Murder Your Husband essay is accused of murdering her husband. Who would have thunk it? So, Dan Brophy, an instructor at
Fix out here thinking about orgies.
Oregon.
An orgies.
An instructor in Oregon Culinary Institute was shot in the back and in the chest in 2018 while preparing for a class. His students then found his body a brief time later. His wife, Nancy, who was the author of this essay, How to Murder Your Husband, was charged with murder in the standing trial. This article then goes on to explain, like, they've been married for over 20 years. They believe that she killed her husband to inherit a $1.5 million life insurance policy.
Just saying.
I mean,
1.5. Not many people don't see that in their lifetime.
Yeah, and then the article just goes on to say like, she's always loved her husband. She still loves her husband, and stuff like that. They're just presenting arguments for both sides, basically. Like,
Yeah, supposedly they said there was no cameras when he was shot. And then also I think she said that they bought a 9mm pistol at a gun show, but she said she never bought bullets for it.
yeah, and she bought like she bought like an attachment on eBay, and like, and use those, and then that way, whenever she could show the gun to the cops, it would be like a different gun.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't match the shells at the crime scene. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this girl wrote the essay How to Murder Your Husband, so she's not gonna be like, just she's gonna try to cover her tracks, and which she did. But
it's so funny. Like I think about like a lot of the rappers nowadays, like where they like kill somebody and then they go make a rap about it. It's just like,
right.
So you just gonna confess to your crime on this rap song?
But I always find it funny, like all these life, like there's a lot of murders that include like a life insurance policy. It's just like, it's crazy how often that comes up, and like how often like the other person either doesn't know about this life insurance policy or just agrees to it. Like, would you agree to that? Like, I feel like agreeing to that, you're agreeing to like being murdered.
What do you mean agreeing to what?
Like, the life insurance policy, like signing off on it.
So somebody said, "Hey, just in case you die, here's 1.5 million."
Mm-hmm. I mean, because everyone has life, or you should have life insurance, but like to have it like that high up, to where you get 1.5 million of you, like,
I feel like if anything, you're just trying to make sure your family's taken care of. I don't think you're necessarily saying I want to be murdered. But I think that's why you have beneficiaries and stuff. You want to give that money to somebody who's going to take care of it, take care of you. Whenever if that ever happens, I would never expect that person to murder me.
Yeah, I mean, especially after 20 years, it's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy how often it pops up in like crime stories.
Like, how many issues did they have in 20 years?
But that's just it's ironic though. She definitely looks like a murderer. I'll tell you
that. That's so fucked up. She looks like a murderer. She like low-key does though. Oh man. But do you have anything else to add to that story?
For anyone who wants to read the article, don't get any ideas because clearly she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Well, clearly she does. I just feel like maybe
she gave too much.
She gave too many details that probably was like, she probably really did this, and like your husband doesn't get killed, and then you automatically come out with a book saying, "How do I murder my husband?" That's probably never the best the best thing to do. It reminds me of How to Get Away with Murder. Like they were murdering people, and then it was like, well, she was teaching people how to get away with it, and they were actually putting that into use.
Yeah, I've watched like the first episode of that. I always wanted to watch that.
You need to watch it, bro. It's actually a really good series.
It
gets you hooked.
I was pretty hooked on that first episode, but
you get hooked on the first episode, but don't keep watching. You're not
just me, bro.
He's like, man, that was an amazing episode. All right, Game of Thrones. Like, what?
Nah, I feel good.
That's funny.
But so, do you think she's guilty then?
Probably. I got my reasons to believe it.
But I guess that's all I have for that story.
All right, bet. All right, and talking about murder. Let's talk about how Pusha T murdered McDonald's in this new diss verse, this new diss song that Arby's sent towards them. So if you guys haven't heard, Pusha T actually put out a diss track on McDonald's for Arby's ad, and he's laughing all the way to the bank. So nearly 20 years ago, the rapper wrote the McDonald's "I'm Loving It" jingle. Now he's striking back with a wacky new commercial for fast food competitor. When musicians say it's really a full circle for me, a full circle moment for me, they're not usually talking about a fish sandwich diss track. But here we are, 2 decades after a then burgeoning, Pusha T rapped his way into jingle immortality with McDonald's "I'm Loving It" campaign, and that's how the battle tested Virginia rapper, described his latest project. So the reason this happened was because I'm not gonna sit here and read this whole article. I know what's going on. But so the reason what happened is so he got cut a check for doing the McDonald's song. So when he did the McDonald's song, he didn't know that it was going to be as big as it was. So they wrote him just one check, and they were like, "Hey, this is your money, gone." And he said he never got any royalties, never got paid for it. Like he's like, I'm the reason that slogan is what it is.
Mhm.
Like I made that song, and that's what that campaign came.
I didn't even realize that Pusha T was behind like that jingle. That's like a popular jingle.
Exactly. So it was a super old jingle that he did too. And I think like out of that thing they took out I'm loving it. I'm loving it's in that jingle. And yeah, it's crazy that he was the one who did that. And so he was kind of pissed that he didn't get paid for it. So Arby's came to him and was like, "Hey, look, we're making a fish sandwich, and we want you to write this song for us versus, McDonald's." And he's like, "Bet." And as long as you pay me. And they was like, "All right, we got you." So he put out this song, and he just made it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, obviously you can't just, I guess he could have, but because there was a 20-year gap between all this happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder why he didn't try to. He probably did in some way, but try to go after them before.
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. But
I think maybe he was just waiting for somebody to be like. I think a lot of people are starting to see him for who he was, like how he did Drake. And I think that was in here as well, like how he did the Adidon thing.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, okay, so this dude knows how to roast people, or he knows how to come at people.
Yeah.
So it was like, this be perfect for us. And they saw opportunity and they took it.
And Arby's could use all the help it needs. It could take.
Look, Arby's, I still don't understand how Arby's is.
Yeah, that's another. I'm questioning Pusha T because he's promoting Arby's.
Well, you start supporting a rap artist because he's promoting some of the shit you don't like.
I'm not gonna lie, the diss track is pretty. It's pretty fire.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, it's just for Arby's though.
Yeah, for talking about sandwiches, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
but it's funny.
Not Arby's, bro. Come on, you could have, bro.
I'm still like, man. Let's talk about Arby's. So my issue with Arby's. So Arby's, what is Arby's logo?
We got the meats.
Motto.
Is that one?
Yeah,
we got the meats.
We got the meats. So my problem with Arby's is that they have every meat known to man except beef. So y'all got everything but ground beef. You can't make a burger, but you can make every fucking roast beef sandwich, salami. You got all these other meats and chicken and turkey and all this other stuff, but you ain't got ground beef, my guy. Like, just get ground beef. Just you everywhere. If you got the meats, get them all.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, have you eaten at Arby's?
No,
me neither.
They don't got beef.
I actually heard. I actually heard it's not that bad, but I don't know. I'll stick to my.
I like to keep my keep it in my head. That's nasty. I just never hear anybody be like, "Man, let's go to Arby's."
Right? That's never the restaurant. I feel like if someone told me that, I would unfriend them.
It's just right as you're talking to me, like, stop there, just turn around and just keep walking. Another place is, bro. I was driving here home one day and I saw a Luby's. And I was like, who the hell eats at Luby's? Where's this Luby's? Who's coming here?
I actually knew someone who worked there.
Were they old?
No.
Oh my goodness. Paying them probably old school rates. You get
apparently, her mom,
$125 an hour.
Her mom worked there too, and her mom had worked there for years, and so it was like
a legacy. I don't even want a legacy at Luby's, bro. Luby's just sounds like it should be like a plunger or something. Like I like a different name for a bathroom. You went to go use the Luby. Or like a type of lubricant. I don't know, man. Like, it's just you got that Luby's.
But she did tell me around Easter and stuff, it would get pretty packed because a lot of people would order. Oh, not Easter. I don't know why I was thinking Easter. I guess because it's coming up. But I think like Thanksgiving, people would order like their pre-Thanksgiving meal. So she said a lot of people ordered it.
People went there because they ran out of other places to go.
Right.
Yeah, like
Every other place is closed.
it's like Luby's is the only place that's like not packed. Let's go to Luby's, I guess.
Uh, but another thing about the story, like, because he did this, this jingle for McDonald's at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
and he signed it or like the contract or whatever. Like, how do you feel about like them, like companies coming after like younger kids who don't like really understand like all that? Do you kind of blame it on them, or like should the agent or the manager or whatever be held responsible?
As much as it sucks, I feel like agents should be held more responsible. Well, they're more responsible for those things. A lot of times when it comes to young artists and stuff, um, they're like salesmen. Like their agents are like salesmen.
Mm-hmm.
So they tell them everything that they want to hear, and they're like, "Hey, you're getting money from this, but honestly, on the back end of it, you're not making that much."
Mm-hmm.
The agents are usually making a lot more from it than you think that they are. And it's like, man, how you the agent, but you out here driving in Ferraris and stuff, and I'm out here in a Honda Civic, and it's just like that. That doesn't make sense. So it sucks that that these companies come for young artists, but at the same time, it's business. Like I can't hate them for how they conduct business.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting any anything that we do. If you're not knowledgeable about it, you can always get cheated over.
Yeah.
Mechanics do it every day, to people who don't know anything about how much things should cost. So you go to a mechanic and be like, hey, do my brakes. And you don't know that brakes can be done for like $50-$60. They can get you for like hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, well, damn, that's expensive. But shit, I don't know how to do it myself. So I'm going to pay it. And that's just the sad part.
Yeah. Because I mean, like in this, like for something like this, whenever you tell someone at like young, kind of at a younger age, would you rather take like $1 million or would you want like royalties?
Mm-hmm.
They're
like $1 million.
Yeah,
I
most
can see
kids.
that.
Yeah, they're always gonna take the cash up front because they can see that cash and they don't really understand like the
That
benefits of royalties can have.
That can cover you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that kind of because I heard about one of the kids in the Lion King, the original one. I guess one of the singers or something. Like he ended up taking royalties, and like so when the new Lion King came out, the live action, like he had started getting paid again, like more money, like a whole bunch more money, and so like he made a whole bunch more than like everyone else that just took the cash up front. So it kind of, like I said, it does kind of suck because these kids at that age don't understand that, so it does kind of fall on the agents.
You would hope that if you're hiring an agent, they will teach you, but that's just not reality. A lot of times, a lot of these guys are just out here trying to make a living for themselves before making a living for that person. And it's like, even though I'm making my money off of you, it's like I'm gonna try to cheat you instead of teach you.
So do you think like I'm not too sure how old Pusha T was in this moment, but like say for like the Lion King kid, do you think the agent makes the decision completely, or does he like talk to the guy and kind of?
I think they like swayed them into like a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the way I feel like you should go, and this is the reasons why. And they'd be like, man, you're making this much money. There's I've heard so much things in like just the black community as far as like rappers and artists and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't own their own labels and stuff that so it's weird. One of the things that I found out about artists is, so when somebody signs for a label.
No, I'm glad you explained this because I have no idea like labels and all that. Like,
honestly, I'm still learning. But so when somebody signs for a label, what they do is, a lot of times labels. The reason that people sign the labels is because they don't have the money to do what they want to do.
mm-hmm.
So basically, labels, what they do is they upfront you the money. So say for instance, I give you 30 mil, and I'm like, okay, here's 30 mil. Here's 30 mil to do tours. Here's 30 mil. Okay, cool. But I need you to do tours. I need you to give me 5 albums, and they have to be top albums. And they give you incentives, kind of like how sport players are.
Mm-hmm.
You got incentives to make more money.
Yeah.
But honestly, even though they gave you 30,000, you don't have that 30,000. Not yours. It's mine. I gave you 30,000. It's an investment basically, and every tour you do, every album sales you make, that comes back to me because you're paying me back my 30,000. I mean, my 30 million, and it's like, so that's why a lot of artists are trapped in these labels because they got shitty deals. So yeah, I upfronted you 30 mil, but yeah, you don't really have 30 mil. I have 30 mil plus interest because you're making me money. I'm making money off of sales. I'm making money off of you know clothes, whatever it may be. You're part of my brand, so more people are coming to me. It's just it's a messed up system, and that's why a lot of people are pushing for people. Hey, get a hold of your own
individual
your own.
labels.
Start your own stuff. Um, own your what is it called? Your masters. Own your masters because a lot of times record companies, when you record at my studio, these are my masters.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't own those masters, even though these are your songs, they're mine.
Yeah, like that's kind of like the I'm pretty sure you're not like the Taylor Swift. The whole like she released a whole new album, Taylor's edition.
Yeah,
because she didn't own it. So
it's wild that that's how it is, and they got incentives and like you got to put out these many albums, you got to do this much, and it's crazy how artists really get cheated out of all this. But even kind of just going back into what was your question? I just feel like I just went off. I feel like I went off the deep end with something else.
I was wondering like if the agents like have to like make the decision completely, or they try to sway.
Okay,
yeah, you're saying they sway their.
Yeah, I definitely think they swayed them into a certain route.
Do you think like parents are involved in like younger kids at all, or no?
I think if they're under a certain age, they have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Britney Spears is in the situation she was in, where she wasn't able to make any decision. Her dad had made all the decisions for her, and then he was the one making money and kind of control of everything.
That's crazy. Like money, like with celebrities, sometimes we think they're like all rich and stuff, but like they're all stuck in these contracts and they're paying back all this money and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it's bad, but it's cool like how the industry kind of works.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But
you don't know better. You know better, you do better.
But yeah, listen, I say most of you guys should go listen to this diss track.
It is a good diss track.
It's a pretty good diss track. Like
it's called the Spicy Fish Diss.
Listen to this track, but don't eat the Arby's. That's what I'm gonna say.
I agree.
But I guess going to our last story.
Yeah, our last story.
Also takes us to not my favorite fast food place, but some people better than Arby's. That's for sure.
Well, it's so funny that we said better. We haven't had Arby's, but I just assume it's better.
Okay, so yeah, lawsuit alleges Burger King sandwich sizes and ad is misleading customers.
Which they are.
So a number of Burger King customers, it's crazy how it's just not like just one, but I think like a total of like 100 customers are taking the fast food chain to court, allegedly consumer fraud as related to the company's sandwich ads. So yeah, Burger King advertises its burgers as large burgers compared to competitors and containing oversized meat patties and ingredients that overflow over the bun to make it appear that the burger are approximately 35% larger in size and containing more than double the meat than the actual burger. That's the complaint. So,
that's a very specific number.
I know, right? They did some math on that shit. They took some samples, took it to the lab.
They said, "What do you see here?"
Yeah,
burger next to ad.
So yeah, we are ultimately seeking changes to the photo for the overstated menu items and fairness across the industry on this issue. So they're attacking Burger King, but they're kind of also like attacking other fast food chains, like because we've all seen the posters, we've all seen the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
You see that Whopper, that Big Mac, and you're like, that shit looks good. Then you order it, that should be like looking flat and shit,
like super flat. You ever see a cheeseburger at freaking McDonald's? It looks nothing like the picture.
So, how do you feel about this? Do you think they have a case? Do you think they're gonna win?
Yeah, I definitely think they can have the people who are suing definitely can have a case against this because it is true. false advertising is a real thing. It's so crazy that it's taking this long that for somebody to actually put a suit against them. And honestly, out of all places, Burger King's kind of one of the better restaurants as far as when it comes to being the closest to advertisements. I feel like McDonald's is horrible. Like their stuff looks nothing like they advertise. But Whopper is not that far off of what they advertise. Same with like Whataburger, it's not too far off. When you get it, it's still a pretty big burger. It's a lot bigger than a freaking Big Mac. Big Mac, Big Mac. If you see the freaking Big Mac, like,
it's a small Mac.
Yeah, firstly, it's small Mac. So you see a Big Mac like commercial, they got like two hands on it, and it's like fucking giant, and and it's just like when you get it, it fits in one hand. It's like sloppy. It's all falling apart. You're like, where's the meat on the bun? It looks all kind of crazy. So I definitely think, if anything, I hope this actually forces companies to be more realistic with their stuff.
Or if anything, I feel like this is gonna kind of lead us towards where like on certain toys, it'll be like the picture and be like not actual size. I feel like they're just gonna put that.
Probably
like in the corner or somewhere.
That'd probably be best if they did that, so they kind of cover themselves.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what's gonna happen because I don't. I don't know. I saw like a McDonald's commercial with that, just the actual McDouble or Big Mac, whatever. I'd be like, I don't want that shit.
Right? It doesn't make you want it at all.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen is they're just gonna have to like disclose it that it's not the actual size. But
yeah, honestly, that just means that these guys who are like food artists are doing a great job because they're out here making people really like mad about, hey, this is not what I'm eating.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of in a way false advertisement. I mean,
it is. It's not in a way.
But yeah, I mean, Burger King.
Hey, sue your local sue your local fast food restaurants for false advertisement. You could probably make some money.
Do you think they have like a vendetta against Burger King, or why do you think they attacked them?
I don't know. That's like my question, because I really feel like Burger King is the closest to their ads than most other sandwich places or burger places.
I'm not big on Burger King either, so
I like Burger King every now and then. They have their moments where they're pretty good. They always have when I lived in the colony, like they always had the Burger King over there. That was the worst Burger King I ever been to. They always had a need help sign, and it was just bad.
But it's kind of weird because usually whenever I go to like fast food restaurants, I typically don't order like the signature burger. Like I think I've had the Big Mac like once from McDonald's. I think I had like the Whopper like once, and that's because like I had a coupon or something. So it's like I don't know, like because usually they don't advertise what they have on the value menu. That's usually what I'll be ordering. So I don't know. That's just
show me the McChickens and the McDoubles and they got that at Burger King. They have a thing called the Rodeo Burger. That thing is delicious.
Oh, is it? I seen the sign.
It's actually pretty good. It's like it's one of the value burgers too, and it's like a burger has a onion ring on there, has some barbecue sauce. It's pretty good.
I'm not big on onion rings either.
I might have to get a new friend.
I know.
New co-host taking applications.
Do you like onion rings?
That's the number one question. Do you like onion rings?
No,
all right.
but,
sorry, I'm gonna have to move on to the next.
Well, yeah. So hopefully we start seeing actual images of these burgers.
I guess so,
but probably not. So
I
don't get your hopes up.
Honestly, I don't care really that much. But somebody saw a case and they're like, "Hey, I want to make some money."
Hey, people make money like that. Like, I don't blame them. So,
I really feel like there's people out there who are literally just trying to find
like
discrepancies and stuff in like companies and things like that. Like, how can I make money off this? Because a lot of times these companies aren't going to go through the legal battle, and they'll just rather pay out somebody than go through a legal battle.
Yeah, which I mean, it's smart in a way, like for the person to try to go after a company like that, because like you said, they're not gonna go through all these legal battles through courts and stuff like that, because it's just too much time and too much money on the.
I'd be like, I want royalties. I need 2 cents for every burger y'all sell.
Shit.
It'll add up. Add up.
Real quick.
Just 2 cents. Banking. But you have anything else you want to add to the story?
Not to the story, but I guess go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at nowhearmeout.kv.
KV.
Email us any stories or questions that you would like us to ask at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
At nowhearmeout.kv
KV.
at gmail.com. Like Kristen mentioned earlier, follow us and subscribe on our YouTube at Kristen Vic (NHMO).
NHMO.
Go ahead and leave us that 5 stars on that Apple review.
5 stars.
And follow me on TikTok at weirdvic_flips. And follow the podcast on TikTok at Now Hear Me Out Podcast.
Yep. And make sure you guys check it out. And it's actually pretty good. Vic has put some work into that podcast. I mean, to that TikTok. And, you know, it's great if you guys just look at it, share it with some people. That's great. And also I didn't get to mention Kayla is the one who she gave us the story for the Pusha T as well. So props out to you. Appreciate you for helping us out with some stories every now and then.
Like I said, with the email, it'd be cool to get some stories from you guys that you would like us to talk about.
Yeah.
So
we do actually look at our email.
So yeah, email us.
Yep. And I guess to leave on another note, follow me on Instagram at BeastModeChris. The E's are 3s. That's BeastModeChris. The E's are 3s. And we will catch you guys next week. We out of here. Peace.